of Universal Peace by Abdul Baha Abbas talks about talks Abdul Baha delivered in Cambridge and Boston, the 23rd of May, 1912. Talk at home of Mr. and Mrs. Francis W. Breed, 367 Harvard Street, Cambridge, Massachusetts. From stenographic notes. Scientific knowledge is the highest attainment upon the human plane, for science is the discoverer of realities. It is of two kinds, material and spiritual. Material science is the investigation of natural phenomena. Divine science is the discovery and realization of spiritual varieties. The world of humanity must acquire both. A bird has two wings and cannot fly with one. Material and spiritual science are the two wings of human uplift and attainment. Both are necessary. One the natural, the other supernatural. One material, the other divine. By the divine we mean the discovery of the mysteries of God, the comprehension of spiritual realities, the wisdom of God, inner significances of the heavenly religions, and foundation of the law. This is 23 May, the anniversary of the message and declaration of the Bab. It is a blessed day and the dawn of manifestation, for the appearance of the Bab was the early light of the true morn, whereas the manifestation of the blessed beauty, Baha'u'llah, was the shining forth of the sun. Therefore it is a blessed day, the inception of the heavenly bounty, the beginning of the divine effulgence. In Islam, the calendar is marked by the foundation of democracy. Well, a particular democracy. It'd be nice if America had a democracy, too. Therefore, it is a blessed day, the inception of the heavenly bounty, the beginning of the divine effulgence. On this day, in 1844, the Bab was sent forth, heralding and proclaiming the kingdom of God, announcing the glad tidings of the coming of Baha'u'llah, and withstanding the opposition of the whole Persian nation. Some of the Persians followed him. For this they suffered the most grievous difficulties and severe ordeals. They withstood the test with wonderful power and sublime heroism. Thousands were cast into prison, punished, persecuted, and martyred. Their homes were pillaged and destroyed, their possessions confiscated. They sacrificed their lives most willingly and remained unshaken in their faith to the very end. Those wonderful souls are the lamps of God, the stars of sanctity, shining gloriously from the eternal horizon of the will of God. This year is the 200th anniversary of the beginning experiences of a 15-year-old named Joseph Smith that marked, what founded what could at some point become the biggest church in America. The Bab was subjected to bitter persecution in Shiraz, where he first proclaimed his mission and message. A period of famine afflicted that region. The Bab journeyed to Isfahan. There the learned men rose against him in great hostility, because they were learned. And they knew better about this guy. He was arrested and finally sent to Tabriz. From thence, he was transferred to Maku and finally imprisoned in the strong castle of Chihrek. Afterward, he was martyred in Tabriz. This is merely an outline of the history of the Bab. He withstood all persecutions and bore suffering and ordeal with unflinching strength. The more his enemies endeavored to extinguish that flame, the brighter it became. Some of the Persians followed him. For this they suffered most grievous difficulties and severe ordeals. They withstood the test with wonderful power and sublime heroism. Thousands were cast into prison, punished, persecuted, and when they assembled an army, martyred. Their homes were pillaged and destroyed, their possessions confiscated. They sacrificed their lives most willingly and remained unshaken in their faith to the very end. Those wonderful souls are the lamps of God, the stars of sanctity, shining gloriously from the eternal horizon of the will of God. more his enemies endeavored to extinguish that flame, the brighter it became. That's particularly true with Qadiani, the Ahmadiyya movement, is that even though there was no violence and such from that group per se, although some of them were traitors joining in with the British and some other people against the Muslim populations, and still to this day, the Portland guy speaking against a Muslim, even defending himself. But I mean, I guess maybe it's been about a decade since I've heard of that guy being on the news, but I don't pay as much attention. But that group's 10 times as big as it would be otherwise. Day by day, his cause spread and strengthened. During the time when he was among the people, he was constantly heralding the coming of Baha'u'llah. In all his books and tablets, he mentioned Baha'u'llah and announced the glad tidings of his manifestation, prophesying that he would reveal himself in the 9th year. He said that in the 9th year you will attain to all happiness. In the 9th year you will be blessed with the meeting of the Promised One, whom I have spoken. He mentioned the Blessed Perfection, Baha'u'llah, by the title Him whom God shall make manifest. In brief, that blessed soul offered his very life in the pathway of Baha'u'llah, even as it is recorded in the historical writings and records. In his first book, The Best of Stories, he says, "A remnant of God, I am wholly sacrificed to thee. I am content with curses in thy path. I crave not, but to be slain in thy love, and God the Supreme sufficeth as an eternal protection." And I have a mystical name, and some other people have mystical names that are broken into 9 parts. Ihar ha hu pumluk gun nuit kt yaba, or Eher ha hu. Oh, well, I gotta have that flat. Eher ha ha pumluk gun nait kt yaba. And one human didn't have had an 8-part name, but he hasn't appeared on the channel. So consider how the Bab endured difficulties and tribulations, how he gave his life in the cause of God, how he was attracted to the love of the Blessed Beauty, Baha'u'llah, and how he announced the glad tidings of his manifestation. We must follow his heavenly example. We must be self-sacrificing and aglow with the fire of the love of God. We must partake of the bounty and grace of the Lord, for the Bab has admonished us to arise in service to the cause of God, to be absolutely severed from all else save God during the day of the Blessed Perfection, Baha'u'llah. To be completely attracted by the love of Baha'u'llah is to love all humanity for his sake, and to be lenient and merciful to all for him, and to upbuild the oneness of the world of humanity. Therefore, this day, the 23rd of May, is the anniversary of a blessed event. Now, remembering dates in terms of historicity is certainly an important practice, or can be.